Well, hi y'all. Welcome to another episode of Vern's Misadventures. Listen, man, this one here is one I've been anticipating for quite some time. We're going to start a new project, so let's just get into it. So I ordered this. This was the first thing I ordered here. And this is a kit from Byte Delight. It's a kit to build a 48K ZX Spectrum clone, right? Or I guess being it a European thing, I guess we should say ZX Spectrum 48K clone DIY kit. And what it is, let me show you all the stuff it comes with. So it comes with all the chips you'll need to build it, except for the EEPROM. You could order the ROM separately. They have a place where you could order a ROM out of a broken computer or something. Or you can just burn your own EEPROM. And since I was out to try to do some things I hadn't done before, I decided to go ahead and just burn my own EEPROM. So I believe we can find the image online somewhere. So those are the chips, and then on the other side you got all the sockets we're supposed to need. And then this is all these parts are all separated by steps that they pertain to, according to what I saw from watching Arctic Retro's video. But these are some diodes, looks like, and some transistors. And then you got some capacitors here, various other pieces. There's looks like a little speaker there. So anyway, essentially you got everything you need to build the kit, and here is the board. So this is a motherboard. Now the way they did this is so that you could use all off-the-shelf parts. When the ZX Spectrum, the 48K, was built by Sinclair, they unified a lot of the logic chips into ULA, right? A unified logic array. So they basically they made a custom chip that would unify all that logic, and they'd have less solder points. It would cost less to produce, right? Well, custom chips are kind of hard to come by when you're just going to build something yourself. So these use all off-the-shelf parts for logic, right? So all this logic array is done with basically 74 series logic chips. So that's where this differs from the original board. Another place where this differs is it has a more modern output rather than using an RF modulator. This took forever and a day to get here, and it's just the way of the world right now. So the next thing I'll show you here, this part here was the last piece to arrive. So this is the keyboard membrane, and I ordered this last because when Arctic Retro built his, he said he got one with his case. And so I didn't really want to buy anything I wasn't going to need. I felt kind of silly for not doing it because it was like $20 or something like that. It wasn't real expensive to buy it, but the time wise, right? So this one here I ended up ordering after I received my case and everything. So this is the case I ordered. I went ahead and got this one from ZX Renew. So I had to order the keyboard mat separately and the case. So this is a brand new case, never been used. It's a replacement case basically that people can buy for their ZX Spectrums. So red case, red keys, yeah, it needed something, right? So when I realized that the case didn't come with an overlay, I decided to buy the black overlay. I just like the way it makes it pop. You know, it gives it a little contrast, and it just wakes it right up. So these are available in multiple colors, the overlay and the cases. Yeah, Arctic Retro used a red case, and I thought it looked pretty cool. He used he had a red overlay. It wasn't the same shade of red. It was kind of a metallic color. It was nice looking, but I just wanted to go with a little bit different, because I didn't want to copy him completely, and I want to do my own thing. So I thought it would look good with this black, and I think it does. Like I say, this has been months in the making, trying to order all these parts in. I finally got all the parts, I've cleared off. I had all these other parts laying around for some repairs for the other computers. I finally got the TRS-80 Model 4P fixed. So I don't have those RAM chips sitting around saying, hey man, when are you going to get to me? So, nice. We can finally start this project. Got my Yan Pita brush. Alright, well, where I wanted to start was by cleaning the circuit board. Sooner or later, it's going to have to come out of the pretty plastic bag. Well, may as well just go ahead and get it done, huh? So it has 3 pieces already on the board. Head start, if you will. So I'm just going to clean it off with some alcohol. There we go. Nothing fancy. Look at that. It says ZX Spectrum Super Flow Harlequin Revision G. According to the directions, it says we're going to do the diodes first. I bought a tool so that we could, hey, keep it down! They're not going to keep it down. Whatever. You'll hear the dogs playing. They'll stop eventually. So anyway, as I was saying, I bought a tool. Found it. Alright, so we got to find on here where D9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 are supposed to be. So here's D9. Here's D12. Well, there's where D9 goes right there. So I got this goofy thing here, and it's obviously 3D printed. And all it is it's a way to bend your resistors, diodes, stuff like that to the right length. And you put the part down here and then you just bend the legs over. And I thought it would come out more cleanly that way. So I thought, well, okay, well, how am I going to know how wide to get it? So I went out to get the caliper. And what we'll do, this is overkill, but I mean, I have this tool. And I have very few occasions to use it. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of, there we go. So we find the one that fits in there. And it looks like on my tool it's going to be the very first one. Of course. Okay. So I guess we can put the old strap on. So the soldering iron cooled off, but I went ahead and did the thing to make it warm up again. So we're ready to go there. Alright, so here is D9. Yep. And then here's our little guide. And there you go. Nice clean bend. Let's see if we actually got it right. So there's a stripe on the board. We'll put the dark end of the diode on the stripe. And maybe, just maybe, we win, huh? So D9. So that is D9. Put the legs and we will be done. Let's double check that everything laid down like it's supposed to. Look at that! The first part's on! One down, about 1,000 to go, right? Double check before we cut anything that we didn't screw it up. Looks good to me. Hot diggity dog. Step number 1 is done. And all those pieces we put on there. Alright. Step 2, the resistor. Somewhere between the second and third one. I'll go ahead and use the third one. Alright, so we're in the third notch. I've got it down to the point where I've got all the axial components on the board. The diodes and the resistors, the axial ones. Now I have these resistor packs left I still got to do. But on these resistor packs, there's a dot. So we take the dot and we put it by the square pad on the circuit board. Not too bad off the bat, I guess. Yeah. So, according to what they got here, they want us to do the sockets next. And last but not least, over here. Got all these sockets laying down flat now. I just got to solder them all in. Like that. That looks better. You know, I had really good vision until I was about 42. That was a few years back, and not so much anymore. So I used my phone as a magnifier to identify which was the EBC leads on the transistors. There's a whole row of them there, and the board is only marked with the letters, not with any kind of pictures that show which way to orient the transistors. So every little bit helps. So it's a new day. It's a brand new day. I worked on this thing till about, I don't know, around 11 p.m. or so. I had numerous interruptions yesterday. But this is what we accomplished by 11 p.m. Got all the sockets in. And I scrubbed at the back of this thing with some alcohol. Just to kind of be able to see where we're at on the solder joints and whatnot. I find that it works best to try to see the solder joints rather than looking at them straight on, which you can do too. But it also helps to kind of look from the side. If you missed anything, it's going to be very obvious from the side. So you get the side view, if you guys can see that. Get a rough idea of what I'm talking about. So, best I can tell, I didn't miss anything. So I mounted all these transistors here, and I mounted, let's see, this transistor here, and these 4 right here. So we got all the transistors, all the sockets, all the resistors, except for that one dip that goes here in U47. Still trying to figure out if I have that or not, if it was included in the kit. I imagine it was. I have not yet identified it, but that's alright. We got other fish to fry right now. So let's see what the instructions think we should do next. So according to this, we should do the capacitors next. So let's get all the capacitors out of the box, I guess. I still got my little bag of legs here from yesterday. Oh, okay. C27 goes right here. Polarization. So yeah, the square pad on board indicates the positive side of the capacitor. So we put the stripe away from the square pad, and we should be golden. So here's C27 right here. And you have the stripe away from the square pad. I think I got all the caps. Box. Double check. And we're down to connectors, crystals, and header pins and jumpers. Just about got this thing. Let's see what they think we ought to do next. Pin headers. We have 5 jumpers and 2 sets of pins. J9 through J16, we got to put the pins. So J9, 3 pins. Oh, okay. Here we go. I don't think there's anything to even clip on this. So we're good. Alright, that was J9. Alright, now we can do the crystals. So we'll save these for configuration later, the jumpers and everything. Alright, so let's just get everything else out of the box. Crystal, crystal, crystal. So we got 3 crystals. Get the R37, which is optional. We got these guys. Those are all connectors. Yeah, we'll do the connectors later. Here. In the box over there. Alright, we're going to want NTSC. So J11, it shows where you want to put some of these jumpers. Let's think this through for a second. So that would be pin J11. And we want to do 1 and 2. So we'll put these right here. Good luck with that, huh? Had I written the directions after building it once or twice, I probably would have recommended putting the jumpers in place before you put the sockets. And that way, you know, if there's any slop in the holes or whatever, you'd already have them moved over out of the way. Now I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here, because they don't fit. So that's going to have to be filed down, which means we'll have to do that later. Okay, crystals. Yeah, so we want the 3.579545. Yeah, and the 4.433 is for PAL. Alright, that goes to Y2. So this is Y2 here. There's that one. The other one, the Y1. And that's the big crystal that runs the whole machine. 14 megahertz. Put it in like any other part. Alright, component wise, I think we just about got a computer now. We're going to need some connectors and whatnot. So J1 and J2 are keyboard connectors. So looking at the pictures here, an 8-pin. Okay, with diode 9 to the right, you should have the spring part of the connector should go towards me. Well, I got it to move a little bit. Let's see. Just barely. Let's see how this fits. Might have been just enough. Got it in there. Well, I'll call it a win. Alright. I'll have to double check the solder integrity with this guy. It looks good. We'll reflow it after we get this in. Alright, see if I can get that other one on there. With this one, where it says J2 on the board, the spring should be at the top side of it. So, let's have a look. This is J2, so these should go this way, according to them. Yeah, I guess we'll start with a center pin, and that way we kind of reposition it if need be. Let's have a look at it. Oh yeah, that's screwed up. That is screwed up. There, good enough. J4 PC jack. Let's got that. It's the RGB. Nice. The mic and the ear jacks. And this one goes here. Yeah, okay, it's on there. It's only left now as a speaker. There it goes. Alright, let's see. Get in our little bag of legs here. So we can find two nice long ones. There's a nice one. Alright, so there's a good selection. Yeah. So that's not ideal. I think I'll just put a little hot snot and that'll be done. A little hot snot right there and it'll be good to go. I didn't break these solder joints, did I? Oh, I see what's happening. Oh no! Yeah, that'll be okay, I think. That sucks. My legs were fine, it was just the mount itself on the speaker. It didn't hold up. Wow. Was the speaker supposed to go the other way? Oh, I think it was. Crap. You know what? That sucks. But I do think that's exactly what's supposed to have happened here, the more I think about it. So, let's just redo this a little bit here. Okay, same thing over here. Okay, some solder on the tip. That looks better. That looks pretty dang nice. Yeah, and then we can stick it down with just a little bit of hot snot. Kind of smooth it out a little bit, make it less gloppy. And I'm going to quit while I've still got a computer and not a wad of molten plastic. Yeah. Alright. Hot diggity. Alright, y'all. This episode's getting a little long. We'll pick it up from here in the next episode. We'll put the chips in and we'll see if the computer works and all the fun stuff. Put it in the case. Hey, this would be a good time to subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you've got that notification bell clicked so that you'll be notified when I get this next upload done. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Y'all take care.